what's happening, y'all. So I want to give some young cats, or just people in general, and you know, when I mean people, I guess it can be applicable to them, but really it's young cats, right? Young dudes that you know, need some life advice. There are two words that you need to live by when you are young, right? You're young, you're dumb, things happen, right? And those two words are pull out. Okay? You all know what I'm talking about. You need to pull out when you are with your girl, right? And things get hot and heavy. You have got to learn, because I understand condoms and birth control, and it's not always effective, and neither is point. But I truly believe that a lot of people do not practice, you know, the safest of, you know, safest practices when it comes to coitus. And so what you can do is at least pull out, because, and the reason for that is, yes, it'll ruin your life, and quote unquote, it could be the best thing, but truly what it is that it helps you understand the responsibility that comes with doing something like that. So yes, there are pleasures in life, but there are also consequences to those pleasures. And once you start learning those two words and start putting those in practice, that there is a responsibility, and there are things that can happen, and you may not think that it's important now, but I guarantee you, when you start hitting a certain age, you're gonna realize, oh, my way of thinking was totally not correct. And they say that about all young people, and it's true, man. It's true. It just is. Your prefrontal cortex, I apologize. Your prefrontal cortex and in the lobe in the front of your brain is not fully developed until you're in your mid to late 20s, right? In men. What that means is your brain is not fully developed. You do not, in your prefrontal cortex is where you are making your decisions. It's where decision making happens. So when you have these young people making these stupid, you know, quote unquote decisions, it just can be a detriment to their life. And I think that if you start pulling out in that regard, being responsible, you know, not allowing the responsibility to be on the other participant in this activity, that if you can just do that, if you can just do that one thing, and you consistently do it, and you do it every single time, that is really all you need to do. You need to not drink and drive, and you need to do that. And that'll be another video, but yes, pulling out is so important, man, because you do not want that yet. Not saying you don't want it, you just don't want it yet. You should get all your ducks in a row before you take on such a prolonged experience in life. And it's whether that experience lasts you until you die or your child dies, right? It's forever, you know, until that person's gone. That's forever. So those are my two words of advice that I would say to young guys. You know, you need to learn to pull out. You know, condom sucks, I get it. And like, every time, really, are you gonna do it every time? Especially if you're with a girl and that's all you want to do. But if you can learn to do that, you will, you know, or you know, you learn to do that, or you understand that when you do it inside, you need to go to your Walgreens and you need to get a plan B. You have to. You just have to. Because then it becomes a responsibility, yes, on you, on her, but also your family, your future self, that you need to start thinking about. You've got to start thinking about your future self. You have to. That person exists. Now, my buddy said that the only reason, you know, and I'm going on tangent like usual, that he's a young guy, he's like 21 years old. I'll let your boy if you see this video. And he said that the only reason that he would want to live till he's in his 60s is to see the future technology and cars flying. Look, I understand that that's going to be your mentality, but you need to realize that your future self is there, you know, God willing, that your future self is there. And trust me, the older you get, the more you want to live, the more life, you know, if you made some right decisions, if you followed those 2 words, you will enjoy life more and you will have more freedom. That's what these young people don't understand, is that you have more freedom. That is the best thing in the world. Okay? And I'll make another video about that right now. So yes, best 2 words is pull out. All right, peace. Holla at your boy.